Welcome back. You are watching the weekend preview here on WJHL Plus. We have a lot of fun weekend events. Now, you may have noticed that Casey Marlar is not here. He decided to take the day off. All right, we'll give that to him. I guess he's earned that. But Kenzie Haygood is here. She is one of our digital gurus and she's behind the scenes. But guess what? You're going to hear her voice at the very least today because it'll be a lot more interesting with Kenzie talking than just with me. So, Kenzie, welcome into the weekend preview. We're so glad you're here.
Hi, Sarah. I promise I won't leave you hanging today.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, let's just go down the list because we have actually many weekend events going on right now. You would think Memorial Day's over and that was, the pinnacle. We have so many things going on, but no, we're just getting started for the summer. So the
Yeah.
first thing we want to talk about is the Twilight Alive. This is Kingsport's free downtown concert series, and boy, is it fun. It starts tonight. You are encouraged to bring your own chair because there's no place to sit. You can see this video right here. Everybody brings their own chair, blanket, whatever. This is at the 100 block of Broad Street, and the Breakfast Club is performing today. And Kenzie, I don't know if you've ever seen the Breakfast Club, but they are a great band.
I've seen the movie, The Breakfast Club.
Well, that's
I'll
kind of
have to
the
go check out the band though.
it's a really good band. That's kind of the genre that they play. It's fantastic. There's going to be food vendors, obviously, as you can see, food vendors, drink vendors, I believe beer vendors on site as well. So you could just go down there with your family and buy dinner down there, and it'll be a really good time. It's the first of their series for the summer. The next thing we have is Smoky Mountain Terror. Now, this sounds pretty interesting. I'm liking this
Yeah,
one.
I'm excited for this one too.
Okay, good. So you could talk a little bit more about this. This is the Horror Cryptid and Pop Culture Convention, and is also in Kingsport. Look at that thing.
Yeah, I've seen him at other events. I'm
Have you
pretty
really?
sure, yes, there are a lot of horror stuff around here.
I love that. And there are fantastic, like haunted forests and different haunted places like around in the fall. And there, I don't know, this place, this part of the Tri-Cities, I think we're just gifted at some of the horror and pop culture kind of things. This is going to be today and tomorrow at Meadowview at the convention center there. There are going to be celebrity guests. You're going to meet the Hardy brothers, some of the stars of Scream. Okay, this I don't know. I don't know how old you were when the Scream movies came out, Kenzie, but I loved them. At
I-
least the first couple.
I've
They were
seen
good.
them, but I won't lie, I'm not the biggest fan of horror movies.
It's horror movies are an acquired taste. I used to love them when I was younger, and then all of a sudden, like I don't mind the gore and stuff like that, but it's the jump scares that get me. Um, but it's such a great genre. I have a good friend who actually is a writer, and he writes about in the horror genre. And his name's William, and he actually used to work here. He's a fantastic writer. But anyway, Hardy Brothers are going to be there. Stars of Scream are going to be there. Vampire Diaries, which I don't know if I should tell my daughter about that because she probably will want to go and see who's there, as well as True Blood, which I loved that series, the HBO series True Blood. I don't know if you were ever into that at all, Kenzie, but great series. Um, Lost Boys, which is totally my genre. Now, let me tell you, The Lost Boys, that was one of the movies back in the day. Kiefer Sutherland, Jason Patrick. Let me tell you, it was a great movie. Great date movie. It was funny. It had, a little horror, a little drama, a little of everything. So if you've not seen the movie Lost Boys, or yeah, Lost Boys, you need to see it because it's fantastic.
I am
Um,
familiar with the next one though. It seems like we're going to have multiple Twilight things.
this is okay. This is also exciting because this has been a movie series that has just exploded. And so you're telling me this is right down your alley, right up your alley, right?
The Twilight series?
Yeah,
I Adult me, no, but my inner child, yes. So I can still enjoy it a little bit.
sure. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It kind of takes you back. Like when I'm talking about The Lost Boys, I'm like, it was such a good movie. It just takes you back a little bit. So there will be stars from all of those, either movies or series, at the Smoky Mountain Terror convention at Meadowview. Again, this is going on Friday and Saturday. You can get tickets and more information. You can go to our website. All of that is there. That is going to be fun, I think. And you get to see
Yes.
that big, hopefully they'll have that big thing again on fire with the
Yes,
sickle on
yes. And
fire.
I believe that they also have a Facebook page that has a list of everyone that is going to be there.
Fantastic. I'm going to have to look that up. I might have to go over there if, like, especially if the Lost Boys, some of the Lost Boys cast is going to be there. Anyway, moving on to the Carter County Omnium. This is a cycling event that it's actually 3 different races over Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, it's going to be the what's called the Roan Grown, starting in Elizabethton, and then that's going to end on Roan Mountain. Saturday evening, there's going to be the Temple Hill Time Trial, starting in Hill near the former Unicoi County Hospital. And then on Sunday, it's going to culminate with the Eastman Credit Union Criterium at TCAT in Elizabethton. And I didn't know that. I mean, I knew we had, like the pump tracks and things like that, but this is interesting, this cycling event. I don't know, maybe we've had something like this, but I've just never been privy to it. This is going to be exciting, this Omnium going on in Carter County. So very cool on that.
Yeah, this one's new to me, and I have all the respect for cyclists because
Let me
that is
tell you.
tiring.
Yes, yes. I have a friend of mine who he's a cyclist and did Ironmans and stuff, but he loves cycling and had his bike in the house with the set up on the his wheel set up on the thing so he could just bike and obviously wouldn't go anywhere because he was in his house. But yeah, he's really serious and he was amazing. And just hearing stories about, I mean, that's no joke. You're cycling and kind of fighting against all the other people in the race. So more power to him. More power to him. I love it. Okay, so the 12th annual Garland Farm Estates Crawfish Boil is also going on. Now, this is a fundraiser and this is going to benefit Appalachia Service Project's work to rebuild homes for flood victims. And again, 12th annual, this has been going on for a while. It started off just with, some neighbors getting together and it has exploded since then. It's $40 a person. You get unlimited food and drinks. Kids 5 and under are free. You can purchase tickets right at the event. They accept cash, they accept cards, and there's going to be live music. And let me tell you, it is fun. The food is great, and it's a fundraiser. So, everybody wins there.
Yeah, that one sounds good.
Yeah.
I might have to attend this one too. I see this is why I need to not work weekends so I can
Seriously.
attend some of these events.
Yes, yeah, because a lot of the good stuff's on the weekends, and like we're going down this list now, we're like, oh, I want to go there, I want to go there. Another thing that's going on is the Gray Fossil Site 25th celebration. Um, 25 years. This road, it started with a road project, and as they're doing the construction of this road project, they discovered fossils in that site. So that discovery led to more discoveries, and the fossil site was born in Gray. This is going to be Saturday from 10 to 4 at the Gray Fossil Site and Museum in Gray. They'll have some cool hands-on activities because Gray Fossil Site always has some cool, like, sciencey activities. Behind the scenes tours as well. There will be a talk about the sites, everything that they've accomplished in the 25 years, what they've discovered. That's going to be at 1 o'clock. Admission is free for ETSU students, which I think is really cool. Students, faculty, and staff, actually, with a valid ID. And what a great place to celebrate the Gray Fossil Site. Maybe learn a thing or two while you're there as well. The Fly Bar grand opening is coming up. Appalachian Outpost in Elizabethton is going to host this grand opening event. This is going to be tomorrow. This is what they call the world's largest selection of fly fishing flies. Now, If you are not familiar with fly fishing, it's an art. It really is an art form. One of my favorite movies that I will always watch whenever it is on is A River Runs Through It, and it has fly fishing in it, but there's a lot more. And it's more than just a Brad Pitt movie. It's a beautiful movie. Go see it. Um, but fly fishing, I mean, you see, it's an art. It's not just like casting a line. There's truly an art to it, and also with tying flies. People you can buy the flies already tied, but a lot of fishermen and women tie their own, and there's a specific way to do it. And there's I know there's a woolly booger. That's one of them. That's one of the flies. And Kenzie, if you're not familiar with it, when you go to the spot you're going to fish, you look around and see what insects are flying. I don't know. Are you familiar with this?
I just got back from my camping trip and
Did you fly fish there?
no, we didn't fly fish, but we
Okay.
did try to fish a little, but
I
I think
love
the
it.
water was still too cold. But
Probably. Yeah, that could be. But what you do is you look around and see what insects are flying, and then that's how you choose the fly that you're going to tie on the end of your line. So if there are certain insects, then um, you tie a certain fly because that's what the trout are eating. So anyway, this would be cool. They're going to have a full day of giveaways at the Fly Bar grand opening. There are going to be food vendors there. There's going to be a trout fishing tournament on the Watauga. Um, this is cool. It's at 1432 Broad Street in Elizabethton. The Fly Bar grand opening. Very cool. That's on Saturday.
yeah, I have a feeling that we'll have a lot of people attending that.
Yes.
Every time we have a fishing story, that they love it. We have a lot
Yes.
of fishermen in the area.
We get a lot of views because I mean, and you're obviously on the digital team. You're one of the digital gurus, so you see the clicks that those stories get. And I mean, it's so beautiful around here anyway. Some beautiful fly fishing areas. So you probably learn a lot too when you go there.
Sarah, I
Yeah.
am really, really excited for the next event.
Okay, so we had this on our newscast. I think earlier this week that we're talking about the Kingsport Turtle Derby. If you've ever been to a turtle derby, it's not, it's oh, look at that one was going pretty fast
They're so
though.
cute.
They are fantastic. This is put on by the Kingsport Lions Club. This is going to be Saturday from 10 until noon rather at J. Fred Johnson Stadium. Admission is free. You can win prizes. There is going to be bikes given away, a couple of bikes given away after the races. So obviously, I mean, we all know what a turtle derby is. You put the turtle down, and the fastest one to the finish line wins.
It's fantastic.
It's so much fun. And people get into it too. That's what makes it so much fun. I mean, the turtles are cute and everything. And, some of them are, they just give it heck out there and they're going. And the other ones are just sitting there like, yeah, I'm not going to move. I'm good where I am because I'm a turtle. But those are really
Yeah,
fun.
that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
And it's free. It's free to watch the
It's
turtles.
free to watch the turtles. Thank you to the Kingsport Lions Club for putting that on. Also, the Johnson City Summer Kickoff Festival is Saturday from 11 to 6. This is going to be at King Commons Park. Free admission here. Boutiques, bakers, a hat bar, jewelry, food trucks will all be at this event. It sounds like you can, if you want to do a little shopping, you can go there. And it's kind of the kickoff to summer, and this is hosted by PL Markets. So that sounds like a good time. You can just stop in anytime because it's free admission and, get some food from the food trucks and it'll be good. Camp Fort Blackmore, we also have this on our newscast as well. They have a pool opening, and this is very excited. This is at Fort Blackmore United Methodist Camp. Opening its new pool to the public for the first time for the summer. They're going to be open from noon to 4 on Saturday. It's a good sized pool, free admission on Saturday as well.
Yeah, I know Scott County is excited for this one.
Yes.
This pool used to be a hot spot and then it closed down for a while. So I'm sure there are a lot of eager people in the area waiting on it to open back up.
Absolutely. And if that's not your speed, get it? The Carter County Car Club Cruisin'. That was weak. I know it was weak. I'm sorry, but I tried. The Carter County Car Club's Cruisin' It's the first one of the season is going to be tomorrow. Now, they're in a new location. They're not going to be in downtown Elizabethton. They are going to be in the front parking lot of Elizabethton High School. And then, of course, there's going to be a lot of people there. We know this. So they're going to have spillover parking on Jason Witten Way. Car clubs are just so cool. You can see the coolest cars, whether they're, newer, whether they're classic cars. And the best part is you could talk to the people about, where they found this car. Was it, like covered in dust in a garage and, they nursed it back to health and now they just, rub it every day with a cloth diaper and,
Yeah.
Gently drive it or
It's their
whatever it
baby.
is. It
It's their baby.
is. They put a lot of time and money and effort into this. So, always fun to go to any car club cruise in. The Tour of Destruction. I love the name of this event. This is at the Kingsport Speedway, and this is going to start at 7 o'clock. And it's parking is $5, not a big deal. Tickets are $30 for adults, $10 for kids 12 and under. There are going to be school bus races. There are going to be monster trucks, trailer and boat races, and more. This is at the Kingsport Speedway. This sounds pretty interesting with all the different things that are racing around this track.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty eventful day.
I know. How often do you see, boat and trailer races? Those things are going to go flying off. Just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, I've seen a couple of monster truck races in the mud, and they're very entertaining. That's for sure.
They are those huge monster trucks with the wheels. There's like you could stand on my shoulders, Kenzie, and that would be about as tall as the tire on the
Yeah,
truck.
yeah.
That's just, they're so cool. And then one other thing we want to talk about is the big train show. If you have gone on State of Franklin Road at all down by ETSU, you have seen signs that say train show parking or train show this way. This is a big deal. The Johnson City Railroad Experience is hosting its 9th annual big train show. They are celebrating all things train related, and this is a big deal because there are a lot of train enthusiasts around here, and this is going to be well attended, I'm sure. This is going to start. It started at noon today. It goes through Saturday. It's at the Ballot Health Athletic Center, which we all know as the Mini Dome. So I'm just going to say it's at the Mini Dome because people know that on the ETSU campus. It's $10 for adults. Kids are 10 and under are free. If you have any interest in trains, they are going to have pretty much everything that you would want to know and see about trains at the big train show, the Johnson City Railroad Experience.
Yes, lots of cool model trains will be set up. I've seen the pictures.
Okay, good. And I'm sure we'll be covering some of these things over the weekend
Oh, I'm
as
sure.
well. Yeah, we always do. We try to get to as many as we can. It's sometimes it's a little difficult. That's going to round out our weekend events for this weekend, giving you plenty to do. Whether it doesn't matter if you want music, if you want cars, if you just want to take a dip in a pool, or watch turtles run to a finish line. We've got it all this weekend, and of course, you can find all of this on our website wjhl.com. Right, Kenzie?
Yes, please check out the website.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us here on the weekend preview on WJHL Plus. Hopefully next weekend, Casey will be back. And Kenzie, I've loved having you here, and I hope you're here next week too.
I think I will be.
Good. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.